People psych themselves out too much. They tell themselves no. People go ask for a loan. They say, I got bad credit, nobody's gonna give me a loan. I don't got experience, nobody's gonna give me a loan. Like, let people tell you that. And fear is something you always got to deal with. I first quit my job to do real estate full time. I didn't really have any money saved up, anything like that. The logic behind me walking off was, it just didn't make sense. Like, if you drew it up on paper, you said, all right, you got family, you got a house, you got a kid, you got a wife, and you have no money in the bank. Is this the time to quit? And at the time, I was making it was a 6-figure gig, but I hated it. I was like, I just couldn't. I just really hated the job. So the funny thing is, I had a dream one night. I think God was trying to show me like the ghosts. It was like the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Yeah. So I had a glimpse into my future and what I would be if I stayed on the job. I had just gotten a promotion, and they're trying to train me for the new job. They put me with the manager. Not the man. Well, he was like a manager, but he was like the top salesperson. The first day, he would just complain the money he was making, but he can't afford to buy this or can't afford to buy that. He's looking to make a transition, but there's good money here. Yeah. And then I went out with his supervisor, who didn't make as much because he wasn't on the floor. He was complaining. And I realized that, all right, this is where I'm going to end up if I don't make a move. That was a scary position to be in, because it was like, do you fear your life? You become what they become? That you have that fear? Stigma, yeah, then you have the fear of kind of walking off and making a dumb decision. That was a very critical moment in my life, because I had to decide if I'm going to live for my future, or I'm going to live for my past and play it safe. I took a leap of faith. Yeah. And I went down before I went up. But the universe kind of works in your favor. So I literally walked off the job. My wife asked me a very smart question. She says, well, how you going to make money now? The mortgage is due next month. Actually, no, we were renting an apartment. We were renting a house. She said, rent's due next month. I said, yeah, I know. So I felt like I needed like a 30-day window to really make money. Mm-hmm. And I ended up teaching for a little bit, like doing some teaching gigs and pursuing the real estate stuff. And I had a lot of different things going on. And I was like kind of trying to survive, but I wasn't really floating. I was just kind of, I don't know.
Existing.
Yeah. I realized that I was trying to do a lot of things to be able to do my passion, which was real estate, which I really wanted to do. Those other things, I think, were distractions. When you take a jump or a leap of faith, you got to put all your energy into one thing. You can't be doing multiple things, because you never drown from opportunity. You drown from lack of focus. There's always going to be opportunities out there. There's a million opportunities out there. There's always somebody vying for you to come make money. And the thing is, the opportunities exist all the time. It's just that you hear them louder when you're in a position like that. The thing is, you got to decide what you want to do, and you got to pursue it fearlessly. You can't go back and forth with it. You got to work on figuring out how to do it and how to monetize it to the best of your ability. It wasn't until I gave up all the other stuff and I said, I'm just going to do real estate. And once I put that energy, that focus, that mental focus, I didn't have to think about anything else. I didn't have to figure out anything else. I didn't have to be anywhere else. It was just, how do I get well and how do I get good and great at doing this? And once I started doing that, it started to take off. I realized that my life would have been a lot different if I would have just stayed in that position and let fear take over. Yeah. We all have fears. We're all scared. Fear is good. It's meant to, like, it's there for a purpose. Yeah. But if you use fear correctly, it'll make you more focused and it'll make you sharper, because you have to be. And fear continues at different levels of the business. Yeah. You should. Fear is something you always want to embrace. You gotta learn how to deal with it, because you're gonna once you accomplish that, you're not gonna fear it anymore. Right. There's going to be something else that's holding you back. Another thing about fear is that people psych themselves out too much. They tell themselves no. People go ask for a loan. They say, I got bad credit, nobody's going to give me a loan. I don't got experience, nobody's going to give me a loan. Like, let people tell you that. Like, I don't tell myself no anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I used to do that. You're going to have to tell me no. And I'm going to have to hear no from a lot of people a lot of times before I stop. If I feel like, all right, somebody, if it makes sense to me, if I could put myself in the other person's shoes and make it make sense to me, if I was in their shoes, then I know I could convince somebody that it makes sense. You don't need credit to get on. You need a good deal. That's what we need to recondition people's minds. Stop telling yourself no. Stop telling yourself I can't make it happen.
Right.
Exactly. Most of people's lack of success is
mental.
All mental. It's all mental. That's all it ever is. That's all, it's just they haven't really won the mind game.
Yeah.
And that's the only difference between successful people and not successful people. I think I remember I quit real estate and I was working that job and I attempted to do real estate and I quit. I ended up back at that job. This is before I stepped off for good. And I remember somebody I used to work with, I got a phone call and I was actually working at a cable company. I got a phone call and he was calling to disconnect his cable service. I knew him, but he didn't know who I was on the phone. I used a different name on the phone. I asked him, I said, hey, what do you do? He said, yeah, I'm in real estate. I said, oh, how's that going? He said, it's going great. I felt a lot of things after that. I think one thing I felt, I wouldn't say I was jealous, but sometimes other people's successes will make you feel bad if you're not doing anything. So I had to really hold up the mirror. And I was like, wow. I said, like, if they can do it, why am I doing it? I said, what's the difference?
Right.
And it was never talent. It was just
drive.
Mental. Yeah, my mental.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped believing. Failure is part of success. That's the part of fear that we got to get over. Mm-hmm. You're afraid to fail. You done. Yeah. Failing is learning. That's all it is. Yeah. We fail by learning. I mean, we learn by failing. Yeah. If you're afraid to fail, you're afraid to learn. That's how we learn as creatures. We're taught to go to school, get hundreds on a test, but the real learning happens when we learn more from the answers that we miss. Like, if you really look at statistically, the answers that we get right, they're less likely to stay with us. But the answers that we miss and that we're corrected on, we learn those lessons forever. Those are the things that stick with us. Failure is an important part of the process of becoming the next. So we always like to cheat the system. But you're going to make mistakes. You try not to, but it's just inevitable.
In EW, where now everything is wonderful. From old, where change is the key element of eliminating old negative behaviors, thoughts, and actions, which has caused pain, dysfunction, and confusion in every area of your life. So today, this day right here, just be honest with yourself. You must confirm to yourself that enough is what it is and that you want to change. Just by saying you want to change is where you start. To get smart, come up out of that dark and let God touch your heart. But you must do away with anybody, any place, or anything that is not of the future that God has already predestined for your life. And then you must take your spirit, stay with me now, SPIRIT, supernatural powers, instructing righteousness, inspiring truth, back to the beginning of creation before sin ever existed. Follow that narrow path back to a new you.